been working with dentists for about 24 years. Started selling x-ray equipment for manufacturer Serona. Was recruited by Patterson Dental to sell equipment for Patterson and design dental offices in Dallas. Accepted a promotion offer to go manage the team in Oklahoma for 5 years. So 10 years at Patterson Dental. Then I was recruited by Bank of America to get into dental specific lending and medical lending. Did that for 5 years. And then about over 9 years ago, Thad Miller called me in Dallas and asked me if I wanted to talk about an opportunity and buy a franchise for DDSmatch. And I'm in my 9th year now with DDSmatch. I knew Thad Miller. We were managers at Patterson at the same level, and I always respected him. So when he called, it was a pleasant surprise to hear from him. And he told me that he was 5 years into DDSmatch, things were going well. He was at a point where he was ready to start selling franchises, wanted to come to Texas. The same reason that so many other people want to come to Texas, there's opportunity. So I said, Thad, look, I appreciate the call. I want you to know that, at Bank of America, things are going well. I'm making more money than I've ever made, and I'm pretty good at what I'm doing. And then Thad did what really good salespeople do. He took it away. And he said, Steve, this is not for everybody. If you're not interested, do you know someone in Dallas that might be? I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't say I'm not interested. I just said things are going well. So he laughed like that. And he said, listen, things are going well. I'd like to talk to you about an opportunity. And he said, when can you come up to Indianapolis and spend a couple days with me? We spent the next 3 days together, and he took me on calls with buyers and sellers, and we met people, and everything he was doing, I thought, I can do that. I can do that. It wasn't intimidating. It wasn't anything I felt was over my head. With my dental background, my now banking background, I felt like it was a perfect fit. And I said, Thad, I think I can do this. And he said, Steve, you're already doing it. You're just not getting paid for it. And I went, wow. Petrified, because I didn't know what I was doing. And fortunately, I had Thad Miller on the other end of the phone often. And he said, Steve, remember, you're the most experienced broker in the room. Nobody knows what you're doing, but you don't need to let them know that. You know what you're doing, and he walked me through it. And the first closing came in month 13. So I think the two barriers to entry are the cost of buying a franchise, and you have to expect to make zero money in 12 months, which is difficult. But in month 13th, I had a closing. It was a private practice. We're selling practice for $720,000. And I found a buyer, wonderful husband and wife team that were ready to retire. We sold the real estate, we sold the practice for $720,000. And I was nervous as heck, but it was the most gratifying thing. And what I love most about this job is it's a feel-good job. The seller's happy, the buyer's happy, and the broker's happy. So it's a very, very feel-good type of job. The process here has taught us is how to take a dentist to, I'm 3 to 5 years away and I'm not ready to sell. Is to have that conversation and talk about, well, what if? And we put hypotheticals and we ask the best questions and we get them talking about their practice. And one thing we're all good at is talking about ourselves. We're pretty good at it. So when we get a dentist to open up about some of the challenges, some of the opportunities, some of the strengths of what they've done and what they're doing, they begin to open up and start trusting us. And then we say, what if? What if we could do this? Some are ready to leave today. Some think they want to stay on for a while. Some think they want to transition in 3 to 5 years. But as he's taught us how to bring out the truisms in this practice, we begin to uncover a strategy for them. What I love about it is it's not a high pressure, it's not quick, it's on their terms. And that's one of our taglines. Transition your practice on your terms. It's like, I want to do things on my terms. Don't you, doctor? Well, absolutely. So we put them in control and we just guide them through our process. In my opinion, and we hear these stories, a broker will come in and say, Doc, I'll get you out of here as quick as I can and get you the most money possible. And dentistry is a unique animal. A dentist isn't always just motivated on getting the most money and getting out quickly. Oftentimes they've had staff for 20, 30, 40 years. They genuinely care about their generations of patients they've been seeing. And it's not always about getting the most money as quickly as they can. There is a lot of sentiment about turning over the keys to the kingdom to someone who is caring, that's going to get along and still take care of their staff, get along and continue to do excellent dentistry for their book of business, which is their patients. And by the way, that's the most valuable part of a dental practice. Up to 80% of the value is the goodwill of the practice, the patients. So going through our process, when we can explain to the dentist we want to transition on your terms, we take them through each step of that. What we uncover in the beginning is what's most important to you. That's that on your terms. And we get lots of different answers, but there's really 3 or 4 things they're most concerned about. One is get me out here as quick as you can. One is get me the most money you can. But the recurring theme is I want someone that's going to come in here. The legacy of my practice is important to me. I want someone that's going to continue to treat my staff right, and someone that's going to take care of the generations of patients that I've seen for the last 45 years. I think the process that we put in place, the trusted transition process, is unmatched because we understand our client better than anybody else.